This is Emperor Qin Shi Huang, and he's the person who made the Great Wall of China become as extensive as it was. But what exactly was happening in the rest of the world while China was fortifying itself in this way? Well, in Europe, the Greek Empire that was expanded by Alexander the Great was established, and it got to the point where they colonized Egypt. And the people running Egypt at this point were the Ptolemies. So during the time of the building of the Great Wall, all of ancient Egypt's history was already done. This is why people always emphasize the fact that Cleopatra is closer to us than she is to the building of the first Egyptian pyramids. Meanwhile, in India, it's the Mauryan Empire that is dominating at this point. The impressive thing is this is close to the time of the Buddha, but at this point, Ashoka was in charge and passed the torch to Dashrata. This is one of the most religiously tolerant times in India. And only 100 years before this, Alexander the Great, and since the empire, the Greek Empire, expanded all the way to India, and Chandragupta was expanding the entire sub-Indian continent, they only missed each other by 5 years. But Alexander the Great was beat back anyway. In Africa, it was the final stages of the kingdom of Kush, as described by lots of people, including the Romans and Egyptians. In East Africa, the kingdom of Aksum was at one of its heights and was considered one of the great four kingdoms by a prophet named Mani in the 3rd century. The others being Persia, Rome, and China. The Bantu expansion at this point has reached as far away as South Africa, and it brings more tools like boats, iron, and other metals for jewelry. In West Africa, there's a bunch of civilizations that prop up, like the Nok culture and Jene culture. Trade with West Africans at this time seems to go as far as China and all over the place, really. Meanwhile, in Japan, it's the Jomon period, at least the last parts of the Jomon period in Japan. And it's the last parts of its prehistory. While in the Americas, the earliest form of writing starts in this period. So basically, to wrap up, you can see that a lot of civilizations have died and a lot of civilizations are being born in this exact same period. And if you consider this decade, it's one of the most active.